decided to make a public announcement. Marriages do not break up overnight.
Okay, so back to our announcements, right? The funny thing is that a lot of times we have maybe, for example, celebrities. Let me use celebrities because they're the ones who are usually out there. You see them posting pictures, doing all those funny things, and you're feeling like, wow, it's couple goals and all of that. And they use their money and their glitz and the glamour to oppress you, and you think, wow. And then one day you just hear, broken up. And you're like, wow, what happened? But guess what? No marriage really breaks down overnight. There are things that have been happening on the ground that should have been cut off or taken care of, and they didn't do that. Yes. And so number one on our list we'll say is lack of proper foundation. Lack of proper foundation. Before you get married to somebody, it's expected that some things that you will do as a couple of you that are relating with each other. There's some things you talk about.
Yeah.
There's some things you share. We have a book that we call, that we titled every couple, a prenup that every couple should sign before they get married. That book talks about a lot of preparations you make on ground before you get married. A lot of those things, people do not do them. And we can tell you for free, when you see that in counseling, a lot of people get married without purpose, without plan. They don't even know what they are doing, basically. Yeah. So by the time you do not have a good foundation, any house that doesn't have a good foundation, it's a matter of time. It will fall down. It didn't happen overnight. It happened at the beginning when the foundation was not properly set. See, I'm stammering because of you people. So guys, make sure that you do the right foundation. Do the right thing at the beginning so that you're not here like these people when that time comes. And I think this leads me to the next thing, which talks about lack of premarital counseling, like good, adequate premarital counseling. Yeah,
before we go far into premarital counseling, foundation can also be you taking the wrong step, right? And unguarded steps. And that's why it marries easily with this lack of premarital counseling. The moment you start gelling for a babe, or a babe start gelling for a guy is trafficking, I think you should actually register for some sort of premarital counseling. I don't know, whatever it is that is the procedure in your own church or the place where you worship. If it is not an immediate application, if it's a kind of premarital counseling they do 2 weeks or 3 weeks before your wedding, there's an issue. Before you go far in that relationship, you should start counseling. Let someone be inside to guide you on how to go about it. So some people start courtship or friendship, and before they know, they've already consummated. They've not even gotten married. So you're already setting a wrong foundation. You're already setting other appetite for yourself or for your spouse that will cause issues for you in your marriage. So premarital counseling now comes really, really as very important. Do you understand? You should go for premarital counseling, and you should find out seasoned counselors, and it's affordable, please. It costs less than most of the things you do on a wedding day. If you check the link below, you see that of ours. If you check around, you see of other seasoned counselors that you can go to and get adequate seasoned premarital counseling. I think it's important. The Bible says that in multitude of counsel make war. You understand? You win battles in multitude of counseling. You understand? You should get it. We've gone years ahead. They've gone years ahead of you. You don't want to use those number of years to learn what they learned already. You can just get what they've learned.
And not just even what they've learned ahead. The fact that we also do counsel other people, we gather experience from all of that as well. To be able to tell you, see, this step you're taking, this is most likely the end.
Yes.
This thing you're going to do, this is most likely the end.
Yeah.
So because of that, you have to be very, very careful. And I would say that not necessarily premarital counseling to start at the beginning, but maybe some kind of counseling or some kind of therapy. Because a lot of times people come into relationship with baggage.
Okay, that leads to the third point.
People come into relationship with baggage, so they need to have those things dealt with so that they are better. They are entering a relationship better. So not necessarily because all the baggage is gone, but now they know them. they can identify them and they know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
And even their future partners or their current partners now know, okay, this is the issue with this person, this is how I can understand them and live with them. Yeah. So I think that's what that would handle at the initial stage or even before you start a relationship. Yes, I think that's it.
So several people have those kind of baggages you talked about that has not been dealt with. Sometimes you don't even tell your spouse. The spouse does not know you are dealing with a seduction issue, doesn't know you are dealing with pornography issue or masturbation issue or past relationship issues. He doesn't know what you're dealing with, and you're just holding it, you're keeping it. In case of most ladies, some guys also, we might be dealing with trauma, maybe from sexual molestation when you were younger, or you've not discussed it, you've not dealt with it.
Some things are even as little as your parents' marriage.
Yeah.
Some things are just maybe the way your parents. I've seen a couple in counseling where the lady said in her family her dad used to give her mom money, and her mom wasn't working, so the mom was broke all the time. So because of that, she decided that when she works, she won't give. So that's already an issue because she might be getting married to a guy who, in their own family, the mom was almost like the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So he's expecting that the wife will come to the table with a lot of contribution. So that's why it sounds little like a parent's marriage, but it actually brings issues in mind. So personal struggles, it's important that you deal with them. It's important that you talk about them. It's important that if you need to see a therapist, you need to do that. Don't crimp up, what's the word? Scrimp on things that are important and spend money on things that are going passively. I mean, imagine spending money on trying to do your hair, do all those things in your wedding, but you didn't do anything about what are going to affect you after the marriage. And then after that, you don't have to go back and struggle with that. So I think you need to weigh the two and see which one. If you don't have the money to do the two, pick the one that is important.
The ultimate point is unresolved issues. There will definitely be issues. Yeah, you guys were not trained in the same place. You learned something for the past 20-something, 30 years before you met each other. Something different. So you think differently, you operate differently. There will definitely be clashes. There will definitely be arguments, unresolved issues. When it happens, don't sweep them under the carpet. Deal with them. You can deal with them by sitting down and talk about them. If you've gone through seasoned counseling, you would have been taught or given tools you can use to resolve issues. There are a couple of them, right? You will use that to sit down and resolve your personal issues. If you don't solve it at one sitting, eventually you get it sorted. In our family, it's something called the general meeting, annual general meeting. You resolve issues. Do you understand? So you can handle it. But don't sweep them under the carpet. Don't say, let's just let them go. You might not handle them at the spot when it happens because it's heat of the moment. But eventually, if you have the proper thing or measure in place, you will sit down and resolve them. Don't let them go unresolved. The more they pile up, the further the possibility of
and just lead to bitterness.
Yeah.
Not emotions you want to have in mind. But emotions that will make a happy marriage. So always deal with them. And then finally, we have the lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge will always be in a relationship. I mean, there was in the news recently, there was an actor who came out that he had issues and was talking about he had a lot of infidelity. And I'm like, well, you know that this thing is something that will break your mind. It's just a matter of time. So people, I don't know, is it that you take your spouses for granted, or you just don't apply the knowledge you have, or you don't even get them at all? Your marriage will break down if you lack knowledge. The Bible even says it. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So we're going to say, your marriage perishes for the lack of knowledge. Get knowledge, get wisdom, get understanding. Apply them. Seek help if you need to. This idea, I don't have to say, counselor, let's not tell somebody our problem. Who is interested in your problem? We're interested in resolution of that your problem. No, we're not interested in the problem. Yes. So please, guys, when you need help, get help. You can spend money on some things, but you just tell yourself, counseling is not it. I do not understand that. I believe that what is important is important. I'll rather give up money for a pair of shoes or a dress or to go for an outing where I will have to spend a lot of money and get myself a session or two with a counselor. That will save my life. So guys, get knowledge. Read. Apply what you get. And I trust that your marriage will work out. Yes.
Yeah. So we hope that this has been useful. It will bless you. It will bless those you know too. Please share with them. Share with friends and family. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. We love you. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Hello everyone. Yay! Yes. Our book is finally out, guys. Yes. Wow, so excited.
So excited. Can't keep it calm.
Guys, sign a prenup. What every couple should agree on before they say I do. Very interesting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so right now Preorder is on. It's just 3,500 before 31st of December, and after that the price will go up, guys. So please hurry and pre-order. We already have people pre-ordering. I don't know. Should we tell them something about the book?
Yeah, let's just give them a sneak peek. Yeah,
okay, so I think under chapter 5, where it talks about relationship guides and all things that you need to agree on, one of the particularly interesting one was set up checks, internal checks and controls. Sounds corporate, right?
Yes.
Well, if you do not plan, then you're definitely planning to fail. Controls like passwords, movements and all those kinds of things.
Map location.
All those things that you say, I want to be free, I want to have my independence.
Each other's messages.
No. You need to have solid agreement and accountability system both of you are submitted to. Otherwise, you are making plans seriously to fail,
to get lost, like a needle without thread.
Yes.
And another one I can talk about is keep doing for each other. And this one, in summary, talks about how in our marriage over 15 years of being with each other, we've agreed on always doing those things we promise to do to keep each other alive and happy. Irrespective of what we're going through, either there is any disagreement, we're angry with each other, or the likes.
And guys, it's an agreement.
Yes.
It is bigger than the both of you.
It is.
That's one thing that we emphasize in this book. The agreement both of you would make is bigger than the individuals. Both of you must see that as your goal and be submitted to it. Okay? Yes. Otherwise, it won't work.
It's a wonderful book that has even blessed the authors themselves.
The editors,
even the editors,
the book cover makers, as in everybody that comes across.
It's indeed a blessed book, an anointed book you should have in your home.
I'd
advise every married person, irrespective of how old your marriage is, to get it. It's a conversation starter. You will find something you just probably didn't dwell on enough or touch enough before you got married. It's also something you can use to speak or gist with the children, for them to know the things they are supposed to be discussing when they start their own relationship. Every single needs to get this book to prepare ahead.
So far as you intend to get married someday,
you should. And if you're an intended couple already,
don't waste time.
In fact, this is what you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to be talking about.
At this time, not as
It's not touching. It's not touching. It's talking.
Okay, guys. Enough said.
Yes.
Get your copy now.